Hey everyone, Lisa Salvatore here with the Astrology and Energy Report for April 24th through April 30th. Okay, so we have a lot to go through. Are you feeling this intense energy? Are you feeling electric almost, like you're buzzing and you sometimes don't know where to go? Maybe you're not sleeping. Maybe you're sleeping a lot. Maybe you're wired. Maybe you're tired. It's really more important than ever to ground yourself. And I know I talk about grounding a lot, but it's super important, especially now because we are dealing with a lot of Uranus, okay? And when we deal with Uranus, Uranus does produce a nervous tension. It's an unsettled feeling. And sometimes that's actually very good. It is not bad. It's a lot to deal with, and you can find yourself more anxious than normal with that buzz of energy. Now, we are in eclipse season, okay? We're already there, and we're building up towards that solar eclipse new moon at the end of this week. So let me just get right into it because the energy and the momentum is just picking up. But I want to mention, please be sure to watch what you're vibing on this week, okay? Watch where you're giving your energy, what you're giving your energy to, and whom you're giving your energy to, because the powers of manifestation are very, very high right now. We literally can speak things into existence or think things. And remember, thoughts have vibration, right? So we think things and then something happens. So we want to keep it as clear and concise as possible. And we want to make sure that we're vibing on what we truly want, what we truly desire, and trying to not focus so much on that which we do not want, that which we do not desire, and that which irritates us, as hard as that is, because the more we focus on that, right, it's like that saying, the old axiom, where attention goes, energy flows, right? So we want to watch that. And it's really important this week because it is very impressionable. And this eclipse is tied to the north node of the moon, which is when we have eclipses, when the moons are at the nodal axis here. So a north node eclipse is also very concerned with the future and where are we going for our growth. And it's in Taurus. So this is not only on the collective level, but individually, it's super important to be clean and clear with what you would like and where you want to go. Okay, so today, April 24th, we start the day off. The moon is in the sign of Aquarius, and it is squaring Uranus, good old Uranus, and we can definitely be feeling that buzz of energy. We might be feeling a little all over the place and emotionally all over the place. But the good news is with the moon in Aquarius, Aquarius can objectify the emotional body. So that is going to help us. So it's a good day to do something constructive with all of the energy, like extra exercise, for example, going for a run, doing something to get all the energy out because it's only going to be building up as the week progresses. Now, the moon is also in a conjunction with Saturn, and it's squaring Mercury. So again, this produces some form of tension, and we can definitely be feeling a little bit of a blockage or some restriction when it comes to being able to speak our truth, being able to tell those in our lives what it is that we want, need, desire, what's bothering us. So this might be a day just to keep it internal and use, like I said, that energy, because there is going to be a lot of energy present, a lot of nervous tension. Just use it constructively and maybe just kind of keep things to yourself today, because there is the potential for it to get a little bit skewed. Later on in the week will be better for our relationships. Mercury is also in a square to Saturn, so that definitely enhances and heightens that communication disruption that we could experience if we try and take it too far. Now, Mercury is being supported by Neptune in Pisces, so this is a really good time to get clear, like I mentioned earlier, about, what are you vibing on? Dreams about what is possible. Put a list together. Focus on the good. Focus on what's possible. Don't focus on what you think is impossible. And try and shift that impossible into the possible in some form or fashion, because there's a lot of magic to this energy. Now, Monday, the 25th, the moon shifts into sensitive and compassionate Pisces. The sun is in Taurus. The moon is in Pisces. Taurus and Pisces are harmonizing, so the sun and the moon are in alignment with each other, so we're more in tune with what we need and what we want. And the moon in Pisces will conjunct Mars in Pisces. So moon conjunct Mars is very powerful energy, but in Pisces, it kind of mutes it down a little bit. So I do feel like this is just like emotionally revealing to us about that which we would like to implement in our reality and in our relationships. And so this can be very positive and a very dreamy start to the week. Now, Tuesday, the 26th, the momentum starts to pick up. We are really beginning to feel the quickening of the energy. Our relationships can feel very exciting. New relationships specifically can feel very exhilarating. Existing relationships could be injected with fresh energy. The moon in Pisces is sextiling Uranus in Taurus, and Venus, the planet that rules Taurus, the planet of love and beauty and pleasure, is in a harmonizing aspect to the north node, okay? which is the point of faith, of where we're going, of where we're headed. And we're also headed to a North Node eclipse. So this is extra impactful and indicative about the future of our relationships. Awesome time if you're single, okay, to put your energy out there, to put your feelers out there and, see what sticks. You may meet a perfect stranger under this energy that really carries you into the future. It's just a really positive spark right now. Then on Wednesday, the moon in Pisces is going to be in a conjunction with Jupiter, Venus, and Neptune, all in Pisces. I cannot stress to you the beauty and the magic and abundance that is present with this energy, with this planetary configuration. The moon is also harmonizing with Pluto and with Mercury. So, my goodness, focus on Wednesday. If you're going to mark any day down in your calendar, mark down Wednesday, take a minute, go outside, journal about what you want, really be in it, even if you think it's woo-woo, even if you think it's weird, whatever. Listen, you've got nothing to lose. If you're in a place right now in your life where you're unhappy and you want things to be different or better, use this energy to harness that, because first of all, you have to have an intention like that or it's not going to happen for you. You can want something really badly, but if you're in a negative mindset, it is not going to manifest for you or come to fruition. It's about believing. And even if it takes a little extra for you to really believe, this is Pisces energy we're dealing with, which has the connotation of magic and the mystical and the divine. So why not put your energy there, like I said, toward what you want? If you're going to do it anytime, Wednesday would be the most beautiful day to do it, in my opinion. Because then when we get to Thursday, the moon is going to shift into Aries. It's going to be in Aries. And Venus will conjunct Neptune. So again, there's still some magic here, but the moon leaves Pisces. So now it's going into Aries. It's faster. It's also more driven, so that's not a bad thing, but it is faster and it's no longer in Pisces. And that's the end of Wednesday going into Thursday. On Thursday, the 28th, Mercury, the planet of the mind, the way that we think and the way that we communicate, is going to trine Pluto. So lots can come up surrounding our emotions. And like I say with Pluto, it's good to sit with it and feel it so that you can heal it. So there could be some themes that come up around this time about, where we might still need to heal some, dare I say, psychological damage that we're carrying with us or karmic baggage that we're carrying with us. It's not a bad time if you're starting to think about putting yourself in some form of therapy, alternate therapy, any kind of therapy. This might really ramp up this week as well, because you're going to feel more dedicated and more determined towards working towards your future. And we need to drop certain behaviors that we don't want to carry forward with us now, because enough is enough, right? We're all feeling that. We don't want to stick with the karmic garbage, okay? So this week, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in particular, we're going to really feel that push to get into that emotion, get into the emotions that are really bogging us down, and do what we need to do to transcend that. And we really want to work with this Pluto energy, because on Friday the 29th, Pluto will station retrograde. This is our first retrograde of the year. Around 2:30 p.m., Pluto will station retrograde. I've done a separate video for that with the chart of this Pluto retrograde if you want to check that out. If you're getting this through my newsletter, it's also here in the newsletter, or else you can go to my YouTube, Lisa Salvatore, or my blog. I have a post on there as well going more into detail about this Pluto retrograde. But this Pluto retrograde has a lot of supportive planetary aspects to it. So again, it's when we go in and we feel it, we have the ability to heal it and to rise up to a higher vibration through the healing of whatever it is that has been dragging us down or holding us back. And the retrograde is the time where we will turn inward and really be willing to work through that. Now, that Aries moon is also going to sextile Saturn in Aquarius, which is very supportive for us, especially emotionally. And then Mercury will enter Gemini, and Mercury is in its domicile in Gemini. Mercury loves to be in Gemini. Mercury can communicate as fast and as fluid and as crazily as it wants to in the mastermind sign of Gemini. Mercury does super well in Gemini and is super speedy. So we may find that our thinking becomes much quicker, much clearer. Our communication becomes much more concise. And then that moon will shift into Taurus. And again, here we have this energy, momentum, momentum, momentum. Friday might feel a little shaky. You may really feel that in the body. So again, get out and ground, okay? Sit up against a tree, put your feet in the dirt, take a salt bath, do what you need to do, because you may really start to feel that energy if you already haven't been around Friday. Especially if you're not normally someone that feels it, I will probably guarantee you're going to start to feel this quickening of that energy on Friday. And then on Saturday, April 30th, we close out this week with our solar eclipse, new moon in the sign of Taurus. Now, a solar eclipse is when the moon passes between the sun and the earth and obscures the sun's light. So it gives us this shadow, okay? Now, normally eclipses are not necessarily associated with like oh my gosh, amazingness. There's usually a wild card energy to eclipses, and the ancients even looked at them as doom and gloom and the apocalypse type of an energy because they didn't want to do anything around eclipses because they felt that it was just too unpredictable, which it is to an extent. But again, you know, we as human beings need change, right? And oftentimes we won't instigate that change. And so eclipses just serve to kick up what's been dormant. But the good thing about this eclipse is if it wasn't an eclipse, I think it would be probably one of the best new moons of the year. And I go into much more detail about that in my solar eclipse breakdown and the reading for that, which you again can find here on my blog, my YouTube channel, or in my newsletter. But I go much more into detail there. But overall, this is a really positive, dare I say, eclipse for the growth of our relationships, for where we are headed, okay? It's a North Node eclipse, okay? Attached to the future. And there's a lot of love surrounding this energy because of that Jupiter, Neptune, Venus conjunction in Pisces that we spoke about earlier. And so this is really all about the love. Emotions rule right now, so be open, take chances, make the changes that are necessary, have faith, okay? Pisces is all about Jupiter, all about faith, okay? Have faith and use this Taurus energy to ground, because Taurus wants things that are solid and stable and built to last. So whatever you're vibing on right now, whatever you're investing in, it's probably wise if you're being open, truthful, and honest about it, and if it's in alignment with your soul. And you will know if it is or if it isn't because you will feel it. There's some gorgeous astrology around this solar eclipse new moon. I'm really kind of pissed that it's a solar eclipse because it's got such wonderful energy with all this Pisces. And it's also being supported by Mars, okay? So again, a lot of energy, a lot of drive, and a lot of goodwill. And furthering this, asteroid goddess Pallas. And long story short, Pallas Athene, was an asteroid goddess that was known for her ability to be deeply wise and intuitive and to follow her intuition to lead her to exactly where she needed to go. She was also extremely talented in the arts, and she was very big on justice, on doing what is right and following her intuition to do what is right. And there's a whole mythology there behind Pallas, but I'm mentioning this because right on this day of the solar eclipse, Pallas also enters Taurus. And so again, what is Taurus concerned with? Taurus is concerned with the future. Taurus is concerned with security. Taurus is concerned with growth and loyalty and sustainability. So having Pallas, the fighter, the wisdom of all, the talented person who taps into her intuition, his or her intuition, just to figure out where they really want and need to go. This is really big to have this. And even though it's just an asteroid, I still count it because she is moving into Taurus right around this eclipse, which is in Taurus, okay? And again, remember, it's a new moon solar eclipse. New moons are always about the new. North Node, always about the future. So definitely check out the full reading for that new moon solar eclipse. Let's get a tarot card for the week ahead for this Pluto Retrograde solar eclipse, highly charged, positively inviting week ahead. Let's get a card. Ooh. We got strength, la forza, the Italian card for strength. Okay, so strength is a major arcana, and strength is all about fortitude and the strength to get done what we need to get done. Strength is also a very strong card about bringing things into us by law of attraction and by attracting but not forcing, okay? So this is about flow and not force. I also feel, because of this card, there's a strong Leo connotation to this week ahead. So if you have strong Leo placements, which would be your sun, your moon, your rising sign, even your Mars, your Venus, or your North Node, because Leo and Taurus square each other, and this North Node eclipse is in the sign of Taurus, you may want to check your chart, check yourself to see where your Leo energy resides, and that will be the area in which you can carry this strength throughout this time period. This is a really strong card, no pun intended, since the card is strength. Very positive. It's all about, again, flow and not force. You know, we can slay the dragons and the demons. We can do it. It may take work. It may take strength. It may take fortitude, but we can totally do it. Have a really good week ahead, and I'll be back next week with the weekly. Bye, guys.